you the child killed by the coal cart?
No.
We are here to help you. What is your name? What is your name? What is your name?
Joseph.
Did you die in this house, Joseph?
House. My room.
Will you tell us why you are not at rest?
My father.
Joseph, did you die in this house?
My room.
How did you die? How did you die?
How did you die? How did you die?
Father. Father. The well. Ranch. Sacred Heart. My medal. Father. Father. Oh. Help.
Welcome, everybody, to a spooky, scary podcast. Of Nick the Rat Radio. Whoa, that's a little bit loud. Hold on one second. Sorry, I got the video feed of La Palma volcano exploding going on in the background, because that's basically gonna wash me out of the sewer very soon. I know it. It's going to. There's earthquakes. There was one just after, I think Blitz was telling me about it. It was like 5.2. It's weird. Whenever this thing starts popping, they crank up the weather machine in New York. I'm telling you, they do. And it always starts raining here, and they always start talking about flash flooding going on. Now is it flash floods because the weather machine turned the rain on? Or are we just doing that in case those earthquakes are cause like a tsunami and just wash us out? That's what I think. I think that they're doing this. Every time there's an earthquake out in La Palma, they crank up the weather machine in New York, and then they start saying, "Ooh, flash flood warnings in effect," or for the whole, Northeast. Wait, what are we talking about anyway? This is Nick the Rat Radio. I am Nick the Rat. We're in the sewers of Brooklyn, New York. This is episode 306, I think, give or take, 1 or 2. Yeah, it is. It's October 27th, 2021. October 27th, 2021. Let's. You don't have to, but I will partake in cracking opening a nice cold beer for this Halloween spooktacular episode of Nick the Rat. Should I do the whole episode? If you're watching the Twitch channel, I'm doing jazz hands, because jazz hands is fucking terrifying. If somebody comes up to you with jazz hands, they're either gonna rob, rape, or molest, or wipe boogers on you or something. Don't do jazz hands, okay, people? You're gonna get put on a list. I got these. I don't know what the fuck. Zombie Dust. 3 Floyds. It doesn't even have the alcohol percentage on there. It says an undead pale ale. I got it at this specialty beer bodega. You gotta love little fucking holes in the walls that have 500 different beers that you have no idea what the fuck it is. So I bought this because there was a cool zombie on it, and it's not a fucking IPA. It's a pale ale. Wait. I was bamboozled. No, this is not a sticker label beer. This is this is actually printed on the can. Oh, there we go. I found the percent. Oh shit. I thought this was like a Pilsner or something. No, it's only, I think it's this. I hope that's a 6.5, not an 8.5. Three Floyds is awesome. Well, I will let you know. I am sick of IPAs. It's pretty good. It's very, very, very hoppy. It tastes like a zombie's anus. So as you know, Sam Hain is right around the corner. Sam's hind legs. I think it's Sunday, right? Is Diane? When is Halloween? It's this Sunday, yeah. So this is the last episode before the day is. The zombie crotch. This intensely hopped and gushing undead pale ale will be one only despite after the zombie apocalypse. Will be one's only. It's weird too, because like when you make beer and stuff, you're like killing the plants and things, so it is kind of like a zombie juice. So in Sam Hain, so in. I got a weird font on. Welcome to the sewer, Quercus. Happy Halloween to all the sewer chatters. If I don't talk to you before then, I just want to say have a good day. It's when the veil between life and death ripping apart right now. It's the unraveling of reality that's happening, mixed with the powers that be of Halloween when the that thin veil becomes even thinner. It's like a young girl becoming a teenager riding a horse. That's pretty much where we're at these days. It's ripping apart. Oh no, Blitz, the quickening happened already. It's the unraveling. We just got to the unraveling even quicker. You know, that's what, and we're in a whole different stage now. But that's fine. I figured that when the veil is so thin right now, we have a unique opportunity to possibly contact the other side. Sow like the animal, not sow like tilling. Samhain. There we go. I think I got it there. Thank you, Quercus. If only you were my teacher when I was growing up, I would be not podcasting right now. Might be like a fucking physicist or some shit. But either way, I like to podcast. It brings us together in this weird world that's just flinging apart. And you gotta know there's some good people around, because sometimes you look around and it's scary. It's a pretty scary place out there. But I do feel that there's a few people that are pretty cool. Yeah. Maybe we could contact some tonight. Actually, if there are any spirits that want to call into the show Give us a call at 917-719-5923. I don't know if spirits could use the phone. I'm gonna try to call them too. I do have this little book that has a couple of spirits' phone numbers in there. It might get a little scary out there. Okay, we might contact the devil himself, but he owes me some money, so that's fine. You shouldn't really fuck around with us too much. All right, you know what we could do though? We could listen to some music right now. Get the night started. Get in the mood for some creepy Halloween stuff, because next week it's just going to be some November bullshit, because October is going to be over next episode. It's kind of sad. You know, why be sad? This should be the climax of the spooky times. Tonight is we should all just let's listen to Punch Deck with music to wear fingerless gloves to. We'll be right back. Thanks, Serba. Well, that's just that is a good song right there. I dug it. You can find all the music that I play on this show over at SoundCloud. I know I could get other music from other places, but I always get it from SoundCloud. Why do I get it from SoundCloud? It's not because I have a partnership with them, or I like saying SoundCloud, or I even use the service for anything else. It just happened that way. I just use it, okay? I have. But if you want to find any, sorry, I think I just swallowed a fly. If you ever want to find any of the music that I have played on the show, you could go over to soundcloud.com/like/Nick the Rat and check it out. Don't go there yet, because if you go there now and you go to my likes, you're gonna see all the music for tonight. It's gonna spoil the fun. Diane, did the big one happen yet? Did the earthquake come? No? Any spirits calling yet, Diane? Wait, we might have a spirit on the line. Spirit.
Attack people that rip your dick off.
Whoa.
Hey, pull up that video.
What?
I have what you call fuck you money.
Call her.
I had no idea how savage chickens were until I got my own.
A spirit?
I've been on the carnivore diet.
You've been eating... What is going on? Diane, can we get a filter going on?
There's a lot of people that have this idea that pot smokers are dumb and lazy and a problem, and they don't understand. There's a lot of pot smokers like you or like me that work hard as fuck and are just adults. A friend of mine had to go to a doctor, and they had to literally break up the shit in his butthole.
Do they smoke weed in the spirit world?
Yeah, I fucking saw it every day. I've been on this kick for the past 3 or 4 months where I just eat kimchi and elk. I've had a lot of visions on dimethyltryptamine.
Diane,
Jesus Christ, Jamie.
can you close the gate to this?
Shark proteins.
Whoa. Alright, that was creepy. I don't know what's happening anymore. When you mess with the spirit world, when the reality is thinning out and getting torn apart at the seams, and the seams are just really thin right now, when you look at the trees, they're all out there just dying and stuff. You know reality's falling apart. Diane, can we play a voicemail instead of the spirit world right now?
Hello?
Diane, was that the spirit world again? Are they breaking through? Oh, jeez. Diane, can we play something that's not in the spirit world? Thank you. I think. What the hell was that? Diane, is there any voicemails at all that came through?
Hi, this is Dave from Farmers Insurance. Please call 719-266.
No, don't stop, Diane. Okay, come on, seriously. Is there any voicemails?
Your emergency hall and goat helpline. To hear one-on-one, please press 1. To hear it go, please press 2. To hear man-eater, please press 3. To hear private eye.
Diane, can you get the gun and maybe shoot me these voicemails? Whoa. Yeah, turn that off before I get a strike on YouTube or some shit. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Yeah, I know, that was just... These voicemails are probably the scariest things I've heard all year. Let's see here.
Zombies and ghouls
Here we
fill
go.
the night. looking for trick-or-treaters to give a fight. With a scream here and a howl there, they delight in the night of despair. So if you hear a rap at your door, use caution, for you know not what is in store. And if it's a zombie or a ghoul that you find, be nice and surely try to be kind. If that doesn't work to your dismay, hit them in the mouth and run away. Happy Halloween!
See, now that was a quality voicemail. It had Halloween shit in it. It had good feelings. It had a rhythm, a rhyme. It wasn't. It was pretty low though. Caller, next time you call in, maybe you want to put the phone next to your mouth. Maybe you were singing from your butt or you were in the shower. I don't know what you're doing, but it was a little bit low. You could use maybe a dog biscuit or two. Diane, did you see the trailer for Lightyear yet? Yeah, they're coming out with a Buzz Lightyear movie. It kept my attention a little bit until Buzz talked, and it wasn't Tim Allen. They got that Hemsworth guy doing the voice for Buzz Lightyear in the new Buzz Lightyear movie. Well, I guess it is a younger Buzz before he is made into a toy. It's fucking weird. It was a cool trailer though. If you want to see a decent trailer about a toy in a movie or some shit, I don't know. There were spaceships in it. It had some cool spaceship vibes to it. The faces look stupid though. And like giant eyes on. Yeah, whatever. What am I talking about again? Are we gonna actually contact the spirit world, or? Yeah, I know. The phone line's open, so the spirits could call in. Let's just play another song really quick. We'll be right back. We also have, I think Zindu went into the studio earlier, but he went into Mystery Man's booth. He didn't go into the news booth. I'm a little bit scared about that too. But let's play another song. Wait, what's going on here? Diane, are you feeling that? It feels like there might be a spirit calling in. Hello, spirit. Whoa. Hello, spirit. What's going on?
Hello, Victor.
Can you see the light?
No. Was there supposed to be a light?
There might be.
Oh no.
Is that a baby spirit?
Yeah. You started screaming as soon as we picked up.
That happens a lot. A lot of times when kids see a rat, they start screaming. Whoa! This is horrifying.
Oh no, that's a baby spirit. Oh no. Well, spirit,
Well, yeah, this is the spirit hotline, 917-719-5923. This line's for spirits.
So I must be a spirit.
Well,
I'm a spirit.
are you squeezing a little baby spirit?
No. No, I don't know. He's coming in. He's got a spirit tooth. He's angry about that. I guess I would be too.
I gotta get some frozen things to chew on.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, there's like a chewy thing I can put in the freezer. He likes that. But mostly he just likes to chewing my finger. Yeah.
There's cannibalism in the spirit world?
Yeah. Of course there is. How do you think they get by? Is that funny? Spirit baby thinks it's funny.
I'm trying to get a better connection to the spirits over here, because do the spirits celebrate Halloween?
Well, I mean, I guess, but it's like, if you're a spirit, then it's like, well, what do you dress up as? Something spooky? I don't know. I'm already spirit.
Can you
Kinda
even
take the fun out of it when you're already spooky?
do spirits even wear clothes, or are spirits running around buck naked all the time?
Let me see here. No, if I'm wearing clothes, I guess we can wear clothes.
Ah,
I guess we can also be naked.
really?
So we have spirit clothes. That's weird.
Do you have spirit clothes stores, or like do you have to go and buy? Is there money? Is there spirit?
I don't know. I haven't been here very long. I'm still new at this place.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't see a light. I don't see nothing.
Wait, are you okay? So spirits are they dead people? Did you die?
I'm not sure.
That's typical spirit stuff.
Pretty sure I'm still alive.
Maybe you're just out of body experiencing. You might be having an OBE.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'm a spiritual, just a projection.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Diane, we have a phone that could actually talk to the spirit world. This is cool. This is really cool.
Oh. Well, I don't know what happened, but Spirit Baby got crazy. I guess I'll just let you go.
Have a good night,
I'll
spirits.
try to call back again.
Have a good night. There you go, people.
Bye.
There's say the spirit line works. There's a lot of spirits out there. I hope she's not dead. Kids could astral project too then. So we just learned a lot right there. Spirits do have clothes. They can get naked. And you don't have to be dead to be a spirit. Kind of reminds me of Doom Patrol with the guy with the spirit power. And he's like, spirit power release. And then he farts and some... Anyway, let's listen to Tomsy with Scary Acoustics and something that's nice. Nice ghost, I think. Traps. Thank you, sir. Hello, spirits. Are there any spirits there?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, well, hi.
You called me. What do you want?
I was wondering if I could ask you how the spirit world. How is the spirit world?
Look, you can't just call me and ask me about the spirit world. That's illegal.
So there's laws. There's laws down wherever you are. Or...
What do you mean down? I'm up.
Oh, I don't know. Just the sound of your voice sounded like you like me a little bit down. But so there's laws there. Maybe you could tell me. Is your refrigerator running?
Are you serious? You're fucking calling me here and you're gonna prank me?
Well, you're just a spirit. You sound like you may have some free time, right? And, I found your number scrolled into the like on a bathroom wall at this gay bar that I frequent.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you want to start talking dirty, maybe I could tell you all about my pony whip. I got a pony and I like to whip it.
Oh, well, maybe I should go. I don't think that this is very appropriate. This is a family-friendly show.
Well, then get the fuck out of here, you pussy.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, let me hang up the phone here. Whoa, there jump scares during the episode? Okay, what's going on here? Sorry. I think it's time for another beer ski. This one goes out to, I don't know, Mr. Pumpkin. This one's for you, Mr. Pumpkin. I saw somebody post a recipe to toast up some pumpkin seeds. I think I want to do that. Diane, bring me a pumpkin and a knife, please. I must stab something. It's a very therapeutic to stab a pumpkin. At first, it looks like it's going to be hard to do, but once you get that knife in there and you start going in and out, it feels very natural. It's a very natural feeling to penetrate that gourd. We should all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm getting the okay. We're gonna listen to Zindu tell a story. We're gonna listen to some music. We're gonna come back, and then we're gonna thank some people. So let's start this up. Diane, don't we usually do the thanks first, like during the second segment? Why are we switching it up? Oh, this is an A/B test. Okay, we're gonna be doing an A/B test. Don't worry, people. Usually the second or the third segment is thanking people, but instead, I think I'm almost there. Oh boy. Let's listen to Zindu. Let's see if Zindu could be creepy. But I thought he just does the news. I don't think he could be very creepy. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. Here we go. Come on, Zindu. Let's hear the story.
Hey everybody, it's Zindu here. Finished a beer, and I figure it's Halloween time in the sewer and around the planet and all that shit. There's no fucking news other than some rich guys going to outer space and shit. Who gives a fuck about that? Unless they come back with some hot alien bitches that we could have sex with. It's not happening. And I already had sex with all the hot aliens in the universe already. But I am here to tell you a horrifying story. I figure I've read the news. I've seen what American media is. I could probably tell a really good fucking scary story here. So let's do this. This is Zindu's Halloween Campfire, Season 1, Episode 1. Dark Sewer, News Network, News, Campfire Stories. Gather around, little kids. Gather around, little humans, gross, stinky, monkey-like, smelly, hairy, greasy, slimy, sexy bastards. Come here. I just dig ahead of the Halloween pipe. Oh yeah. The story is about a person I once knew. I might still know them, but I can't tell you that for sure because the government still might be looking for him. Not only the government, but maybe some undead spirits, demons, voodoo witch priests. A lot of people want this person. For a lot of reasons, and I'll tell you why right now. Ross Bergman. You'd hear a name like Ross Bergman, you'd be like, how could there be any scary story about somebody named Ross Bergman? It's not in the name, people. It's not in the name, it's all about the story of the person. Their timeline through our current history that will change events in the future. Ross Bergman. Now, I met Ross a few years ago. That's how I know this story. I know it firsthand. And that's why I'm trying to, straight up front, I don't know where Ross is these days. I don't know where he is. But he told me the story before he disappeared. And I know it's true. I've seen all the evidence. And I've seen the body parts. So this is what Ross told me. I was supposed to take him out for drinks. I had a couple of chicks lined up. There was like 4 girls. Me and 4 girls. Yeah, I could handle 3. 2 easily. 3, that's okay. But 4, that's push. I only have so many dicks and arms and fingers and buttholes. So many. So I needed a wingman. Now Ross Bergman. He was the best. He was the best in the business, man. Me and Ross, we'd go out to clubs, come home. Living the lifestyle. It was a beautiful lifestyle. That's why this story is so tragic, because I can't tell you where Ross is anymore.
Zindu, what the fuck are you talking about?
If I had 5, 6, 7, 8 chicks, Ross won't be there to help no more. At least for now. Maybe he'll come back later, but called Ross up. Ross, come on down to the sewer. I got these ladies. One's Bethany, I got a Jordana, there was a Portia, and I think there was a roofer too. A roofer? Roofie? Well, I forget what her name was. Anyway, Ross says, yeah, sure. Sure, I'll come on down to the sewer. Party with you. And these lovely ladies that you have there. I'm like, alright, Ross, come on down. Ross comes on down. It was like a Friday night. A few years back. Ross comes on down. Comes down to the sewer, and he always dresses nice. And that includes, footwear. Nice footwear. Now when you're in the sewer, you're not supposed to wear nice footwear. You gotta wear something a little bit more thick, like a worker's boot. Gotta cover up the sole of your feet. It's a lot of dangerous stuff down here, and one of the paths to the studio where I've been sleeping in the closet, broom closet. I had these ladies outside the broom closet, but that's where I sleep. Anyway, Ross came on down, and apparently he stepped on it was like a radioactive, rusty, blood-covered, cursed, ancient Indian nail. There was a nail on the floor.
What?
On one of those waterways in the sewer that he was coming through in his suit. He had a suit, he had some nice shoes on, very thin-soled shoes. So when he stepped on, he was walking through the rusty, radiated Indian burial ground, mutagen-covered slime hall. I didn't tell him to come that way. That's just one of the 4 or 5 options coming down here. He came down there before, nothing happened, he was fine, but you know, he usually wears bigger shoes. But this was to see some ladies. Nail, bam! Right through the sole of the shoe. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about that. Now this nail, I heard him screaming, because that's like right around, that's like 5 feet from where I'm recording this right now. Heard him screaming, the bloody screams. Bloody, he was fucking yelling. Bloody murder. He's on the floor crying like a little bitch. I was like, dude, you just got here. You can't start crying yet until you see the merchandise, you know, the ladies, eh? And he's...
Fuck.
But then, you know, I was able to tell, because Ross, my boy, I was able to tell that there was something physically wrong with Ross, and there was an issue. There was blood all over the fucking floor. It was leaking out of his shoe, out of his nice shoes. I think they were like Kohl's or Kenneth Hahn or fucking, I don't know, they were Dennis Rossman shoes. I don't fucking know what they were. Either way, bleeding out on the floor, out of his foot. I'm like, holy shit. He's like, yeah, holy shit. The ladies come, they look at it. They're like, do you want us to lick that up? I'm like, no. It's not why you're here. You're not here to lick up blood coming out of my friend's feet. Now I was thinking back on it. Maybe if I let them do that, there'd be a whole nother story. But either way, that's not what happened. So I send the ladies home. Ross he's injured. He's on the floor. He's injured. Call up a medic. They send an ambulance down to the sewer. Right down the sewer fucking drain. I don't know how they do it, but they did it. They put him on a stretcher. They drag him out of there. Now, Ross is a well-to-do guy, but he lives in America. Now, if you don't know about the American healthcare system, I can tell you a horror story.
Halloween story.
About that.
Zendu, what is this?
Just about that in general, but that's not for tonight's show. That's for another episode when we talk about how you're getting screwed so fast and so hard by unknown people. Basically, you're getting screwed by words like books are screwing you. Now, who's writing the books? I don't fucking know. Whenever you hear of like a bill in Congress or the Senate going through, you're like, who wrote it? They say, oh, this guy wrote it. That guy didn't fucking write 12,000 pages in a day. Like some fucking computer or alien or demon wrote that shit. Either way, he got fucked over by the Medicare system. And he was scared for his life. Now you got this nail in your foot, covered in shit and blood and rust. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. So he went to the hospital. And they're like, we have to remove your foot. We have to cut it off at the fucking knee. Now, one of Ross's part-time hobbies was he was I think a dancer on TikTok. He was a TikTok dancer. Dick dance. He dances a lot. He dances and he puts it on the internet. I think there's like teenage girls fucking love clicking buttons, fucking putting lead paint on their faces, trying to fucking make dicks hard or some shit. So they watch this guy dance.
What the fuck is...
That's how he makes his money. He's a good dancer, but he needs his feet. You can't... Alright, I'm not trying to be racist against one or no-legged people, but you can't... It just helps. You know, if you can still be like an 8 or a 9 dancer with one leg, but to be that 10 dancer, you need both legs. And he knew this. Ross knew this. Ross isn't dumb. He went to public school. He graduated high school. He knew what was going on. He calls me up. Tells me, Zendu, baby, you gotta save me. You gotta come here. You gotta pick me up. They want to take my leg. They want to take my foot. You're an alien. You have connections. Also, I don't get the money for this shit either. You got something cheaper? Do you have a cheaper solution? And I'm like, hey. I go through my Rolodex. Flip. I know how much money he makes. He gets a couple 100,000 views on the TikTok, but you know so I go mid-range. Like hospitals in America, that's like high range. You have to be like rich, all right. If you go in there, you either be really rich or really poor. If you're really poor, you get paid for by the tax money and you vanish into the system. If you're really rich, you can afford it. And if you're right in the middle, which is the most of the population, you just get fucked. So I go through my Rolodex. I find, maybe we should take a break or something. This is a long story. Should we take a break? Continue the story a little bit later?
The story is horrible.
Yeah, let's take a break here. This is a good place to take a break. We'll be right back with part 2 of this fucking scary story.
Let's wash that horrible story out of our mouths. I guess that's kind of scary. Is bad stuff scary? Is cringe horror? Can you have like a horror movie today just like onslaught of cringe? Would that count? I guess maybe if there's some murders. There should be a cringe horror movie where it's just bad. Let's listen to Stereo Prism with Sequence. Shit's so bad I died from it. It's like The Ring. If you say purple drang 3 times in the mirror, do you get some? Let's thank some people for helping to produce this show. If it wasn't for you, this segment wouldn't exist. I think that's fair enough, right? I got major feedback coming over somewhere. Hold on a second. Let me mute those channels. Let's thank some people. If you would like to donate to the show, you could either go to Twitch and follow me like Chris X Leon has. Thank you so much for that follow there. Foo, he re-rubbed my scrubs with the Prime for 21 months. It's like 2 pregnancies right there. 45 minutes ago, we could have had 2 spirit babies in that amount of time. Ducky's with 30 months. That's 3 spirit babies, I think, at least. 3 and a third. 53 minutes ago. Thank you so much. Notorious Neil21 gave me a follow 7 days ago. Thank you for that. And then Sir Cameron Chris, who actually called in too, I think. Who you wanna? I see everything now. I'm like, I got eyes all over the place. I even have eyes on the email, possibly. Let's check to see if anybody has donated in the past week. My subscription to Ricky Berwick's fucking OnlyFans expired. I gotta renew that. Hold on. Perfect. All right, here we go. I resubbed to Rick's OnlyFans. That's fine. For the donations, I say initials, the amount donated, and a thank you to those people. We have JF with $6.69. So thank you to JF. And also, I would like to give a huge mention for Hog Story. If you ever want to listen to a podcast that's updated regularly, a regularly updated podcast with fun hosts and sound great that talk about current events and talk to other people and have interesting conversations. Hog Story. Go in the smoker. Go over there into the smoker. Beer. We have MAC Mac with 420. Thank you so much, MAC. We have, whoa, this one's cool. Free Hollow Books. Oh crap, with 666. I usually say initials, but I'm sure. Well, Free Hollow Books has had promotions on my show before. I have some of their products. Free Hollow Books is definitely a great product. If you want a hollowed out book that you could hide contraband in, or I don't know, pictures of Scully. You know, you get a Free Hollow book. Put that in there. Get like an X-Files book and put pictures of Gillian Anderson in it. We have KS with 420. Thank you so much, KS. I think KS is a new sewer chatter. We have DV. DV's been around for a while. 420. Thank you so much, DV. And AM. AM has been around for forever. And the weird thing is, I think it's every month they're dropping $1 million into my account. I think AM actually is the secret sauce. Mwah, thank you so much to keeping the sewer running with all this new technology. We have P1 connections around the whole entire world. We also have a P.O. box that you could send physical objects to. Was it 90549 Brooklyn, New York, 11209? It's on the website under social, I think. I don't know. Yeah, P.O. Box 90549 Brooklyn, New York, 11209. See, that's easy. Oh boy, that's easy. It's weird. When you hear another person's zip code, it kind of freaks you out. If you don't know what that zip code is, it's like, what the hell? Does this person live in Norway or something? But your zip code your home address always, it feels like home. It's weird. Okay, let's do some AMSR. Let me put this in my mouth and suck on it. Well, I finished. I hope you did. 42 cents in a check from Sir Mike Roch, PhD. That's my doctor. Thank you so much, Mike. He also put a $2 Win for Life scratch off in there. All right, let's. Thank you, doctor. I'm trying to see if I won on this thing, but they took all the shop objects away from me. I'm currently in a padded room. Diane, I might have bit her the other night. There's lawsuits going on, but it's fine. She's still tied up in the corner, so it's fine. She's not going anywhere, people. Don't. Okay, I didn't win so far, doctor. Scratch it with a Bitcoin? That's the ultimate argument against Bitcoin. You can't use them to scratch it. That's what I think of your lottery system, New York. I don't think you're allowed to put those in the mailbox anyway, so you shouldn't be sending those around the country. Well, thank you everybody for donating, and I hope you keep on doing it. If you want to do it more, go to nicktherat.com, nicktheratradio.com. You could subscribe with your Amazon Prime over Twitch. You could join the chat. You could hashtag sewer chat. A bunch of crazy people here. There's a very low moderation. So if you are younger, stay away. But if you have an open mind and you don't care what people say, then don't be an asshole. Anyway, let's listen to a musical interlude right here. If anything, oh whoa, it's midnight in the sewer right now, everybody. It's. I'm sure Ducky pointed it out. Mitts. Midnight in the smoker too. That would be Mitts in the ITS and IT. In the. Sorry, I'm blanking out on words. Sometimes you think about words and then you get lost. Sooner or later you think about dinosaurs and shit. Let's listen to a musical track. Do we have anything spooky to play? Are we getting anything creepy? This one, okay, let's play some creepy music. This is for Halloween. This is for midnight time. We got Sleep Facing West with Horror of Self. Happy Samhain? Damn. Samhain? Samhain? Sao win?
Nick! 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 The spirits are contacting me, but it's not normal. It's not, it's impolite. They keep calling me collect on a party line. These spirits, they may just be spirits and they're floating around in the air. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. You got some spirits over here with a smart mouth. Well, these spirits, they call me collect. And you know, there's a little message. They don't just tell you what's up or anything like that. Just say, you have to take this call or you're going to jail. That's what these spirits keep saying. Keep saying that. And then I keep accepting the call. And it's not even for anything cool or fun. No. They just want me to pick them up from the club. And this is at 4 a.m. That's my bedtime. And these spirits, they're out there partying. Some nerds. Well, thank you for this platform, Nick. I love you. I love Sewer Chat. Happy Halloween.
That was beautiful. Spirit world. Cheers to you. sad to say, I think we have to listen to another Zindu. Let's see what's going on in this story. That I think he should stick to the news, personally.
Hey everybody, welcome back to more Zindu, telling you a spooky, scary Halloween story. Ow. I just accidentally hit some of my dicks on the microphone here. Damn. I'm all out of Nick's beer. Nick, I drank your beer.
What?
Happy Halloween, motherfucker.
Oh.
I go trick-or-treating for
He's
goods and services within Nick's habitat. See, the scientist down in the sewer studio really broke it up into a nice little segment. Nick has a very small cubicle space to dwell within, but he's hooked up. He's got a little fridge. He's got a bathroom like 3 feet from his bed. It's an amazing setup. I go in there and I rob him though with his weed and his beer though.
What?
So, boo. I hope that scares you, Nick. There you go. All right, so the story, Ross.
You asshole.
Yeah, Ross. What was the last? It was Ross Zimmerberger or some shit. I forget his last name. Really good friend. I always called him Ross. On the TikTok, his name is Ross Too Hot For You, 69 420 69. Great dancer. But I think he removed his account. He's trying to stay a little underground right now, so he deleted his account. So don't go looking for him, okay? Ross calls me from the hospital because he got this giant fucking nail shank right into the heel of his foot, bleeding all over the place. Ruined the Uber ride that I called for him when that was a nightmare too. Bringing this guy out, at first I had to say that I was his lover. I had to say that me and Ross were fuck buddies for at least, it was like a 10-year span. Because if you go to a hospital and they don't know who you are and they don't think you're family, then you have to you have to go deep. You have to tell them you're like somebody's fuck buddy for 10 years. So I'm like, hey, me and Ross, I've been giving him at least 4 of my 33 salamis every night. And they let me in. So I go in there. I go to Ross's room. I got a bouquet of flowers. He's like very funny asshole. I know. I'm like, hey, Ross, I'm just trying to lighten the mood over here. I got you flowers. Like he's like, break me out. You got a plan, right? You got a plan? I got a plan, Ross. I went through my Rolodex. I went through my medium grade shit. I got a plan. I know where I'm bringing you. I have a person I'm bringing you to. So I scoop him up in one of my many arms, wrap him up like a little baby toddler in my big alien arms. It's great. America just lets you be anybody these days. You could be a walrus, an elephant, an alien. Doesn't matter. You go wherever you want. They don't even ask questions. As long as you're fucking somebody for 10 years at least. All right, so
Zindu, what
Ross
are you
is in my
talking
arms,
about?
cradling him.
This is Halloween.
I want him to feel comfortable. I'm part to blame. I tempted Ross's penis with 4 Earth vaginas, pre-moistened with the finest mayonnaise you could find in the sewer. Wrap him up. He's got a big fucking bandage shit on his foot. He's probably gonna get charged. I think he did get charged for that by the hospital, like $1,000 just for the bandages he put on him. So you gotta get out of there real quick. Scoop him up. I jump through the fucking window with my arms. I got these really weird cricket legs, like 4 of them. So I gravity don't mean shit to me, especially on Earth. Octarian gravity is like 10 times stronger than Earth gravity. Shit's crazy. So we get outside. I didn't break through the window or nothing. Okay. All right, look, chat room. I see what you're saying. No, I didn't jump through the glass window. I opened it gingerly with the tip of my 30-second penis. It was a little erect. Opened the window, and we hopped out, landed on the street, and, I take him into the Uber. Because I don't got a ride no more. My car has been, my license been taken away. So I get an Uber. Ross is in there bleeding from his foot. I'm dripping from one of my penises. It's disgusting scene. Disgusting. Pretty gross. Uber, take us to, I think it was 45 Mockingbird. Yeah, it was 42 Mockingbird Lane. Go there. Meet up with Chief Big Tits. He's this guy I met once. I was at a rave. It was like a electro music festival rave. He was floating through the air. Now, we were all on drugs, so he might not have been floating, but he was floating. I'm not a pussy. These drugs on Earth, doesn't matter how many tabs I stick up my asshole. I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And this guy was floating. He told me he was a medicine man. He's a Native American. He was here before everybody else. He called us the great gentrifiers. Gentrificationers or something. I forget what he called me. I was like, I'm a fucking alien. I don't even live here. Whatever. If you want to call me anything, call me a conqueror, because I could shoot your ass with a laser from my butt. Alright, maybe I was on drugs. Maybe the drugs did kick in really hard. Either way, I got his number. He's a medicine man. I gave him a call before I picked Ross up. He said that he could give him some help. Alright, so I bring him over to Chief Big Tits. Oh man. What happened there? Hold on. I just had a flashback. One time I put all this acid up my ass, and then I thought I was eating mayonnaise, but it was actually a large German man flipped upside down. Okay, anyway, we get to Chief Big Tits' house. He takes a look at my boy's foot. He's like, hey, yeah, Ross, your foot's fucked. Now, you could go back to the hospital and get your shit amputated and be sent on your way with a giant bill, or I know you're a TikTok dancer. I know how you could keep the leg. I know how you could not go to the hospital. I know how you could not pay the man. I know how you could probably dance better than you ever fucking danced before. Ross was in. He didn't even need anything else. He was like, yeah, sure. He didn't even ask if it was going to cost a lot of money or anything. So Chief Big Tits is like, all right, this is what you got to do. He gave him a matchbook, and the matchbook had the address of an ancient Indian burial cemetery. And you're like, why did the matchbook? Because they sell everything. Look, these Indian reserves, they're basically hotels, casinos, convenience stores, gas stations, hotels, the graveyards, all in one little patch. So he had a thing for one of the chief's family members. And it was the Tits Resort bar and hotel graveyard. Bring your dead, bring whatever. And then he told him what he had to do there. And that was the fuck. This is when shit gets really weird. This is when it gets really weird. But maybe we should take another break. I don't think I should tell you the really weird stuff just yet. Maybe we should yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. We'll tell you a little bit more of this story a little bit later. The really scary part's coming, I'm telling you.
I really hope so, Zindu.
It's real fucking creepy. Really creepy. We'll be right back. Happy Halloween, everybody.
It's Samhain right now.
Zindu. Oh, God.
Reality's falling apart.
I witnessed all this shit, too.
Zindu's not even doing the news anymore. Hey, look, it's Anthony. Check the phone line, see if there's any spirits on the line. Hold on 1 second here. Since Diana's tied up, there's a flamethrower near. There's a flamethrower near her as well, so it's kind of like a really tense situation for her. So I don't really expect her to play the next voicemail really quickly, but.
Hey, Nick. Sorry about the echo. I'm still in the bathroom. just, in the master bathroom with just the toilet, just the commode in there, And I was entertaining myself, and I heard a commotion, and it was right kind of at an exciting point. So I turned around, but I saw a ghost shoot across the double vanity. I might be these new LED lights, and 4-inch bulb, cube bulb, whatever, and they're LEDs, and it may have caused this shadow, weird-looking white streak across the double vanity, sinks, his and hers, and it landed, the ghost, landed over there in her makeup area. Well, I'm not going to go clean it up. I was just wondering if you'd ever seen a ghost. Yeah. I'm going to hear her scream, though. Watch yours.
Is that really loud? I'm sorry if that is. 917-719-5923. The ghost line is open.
Oh, what's going on? That was really staticky. Nick the Rat, are you there? Are you there? Oh, come back to the wherever you're supposed to be, I guess. Nick the Rat, before you astral project, you're supposed to have an anchor. You haven't had an anchor. Alright, well, whatever. This is weird. Bye.
You gotta have an anchor. Well, first off, I know that the ghosts are real because this is the spirit line. You are all ghosts. You might not be dead. Ghosts might not be dead. Ghosts and spirits and energy and chi and yin yang and balance and mitochondria and metachlorians and DNA and cell splitting and all that stuff. That's real. And ghosts are real. Ghosts are... Spirit line. Is this a ghost? Whoa, that was a very faint ghost. Can you get closer to the speaking device?
Do you sense me around you?
Whoa, I do. I feel you actually very close in my brain.
Is it a sweet or savory sense? Perhaps saucy?
I usually don't associate audio brain feels with flavors, but...
Oh, I thought maybe it was saucy to your brain.
So, well, saucy's not really a flavor. Saucy's a texture, isn't it?
It's not. Well, maybe it turned your brain to sauce.
Did you turn my brain to sauce? I think drinking sauce makes my brain turn to sauce.
Well, it does. It does. It'll do it.
You are what you eat, right?
I don't think so, because wouldn't like vegetarians turn into vegetables?
And wouldn't the people that want to eat the rich turn rich? And then you would eat yourself. It would be an Ouroboros, wouldn't it? Anytime if you are what you eat, I think
when it gets to that point, there's only one last thing to do is to eat the rich.
But then you become the rich, and then you have to eat yourself.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
Well, unless maybe you take a massive poop and you leave it behind you, then you're no longer rich, I guess.
Well, or have it with a side salad.
Oh, eat a poor person with the rich person. Eat as many poor as you do rich to balance out the yin yang. So if you eat cannibalism has a wealth.
Don't be classist while you're being cannibalistic.
Are female spirits worth more than male spirits?
Exponentially so.
Does age matter too? Is like a younger spirit worth more?
No, I don't think so. Because I mean, there's a lot of experience there to be earned with age, isn't there?
That's true.
Unless you're dumb and old, I mean, that's just a. But you probably learned something about something or along the line.
You know how
You're
to
definitely not
breathe and your heart beats?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're definitely not as dumb as when you were born, so that's always a bonus.
Are you, Spirit, are you generally, are you still alive or are you dead?
Oh, I'm very much alive.
Are you just astral planing?
Wait, what?
Are you in your body still? Wait. Oh, wait a second. You're a
I'm floating high above the sewer.
like in an airplane? Are you in the body or not? God, oh, jeez.
Whose body are we talking about here, huh? Huh?
These are very good
I'm
questions.
an equal opportunity bodyist.
I had a question, but I forgot it, Spirit.
How do you see yourself?
Ow. How do I see myself with my eyes?
On what astral plane, though?
Oh, I guess maybe the third or the fourth one.
That's intense.
But I can't. I definitely know it's not the first or second one, but I don't think it's the sixth or the seventh or the eighth. So I would say it's either the third or the fourth astral plane, is the one that I'm currently feeling the most for myself.
Do you have a certain level of excitement for this week?
Excitement. That's like electrons, right? When they get excited because there's too many electrons, they jump to the higher plane.
Yeah.
They get too much power or energy.
Do you have a high power in your, I guess your aura?
No, my aura is pretty low, very, very low. I have a very low aura.
Low?
Well, yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because I like to sit a lot. Lay down too. I like to sit and lay down a lot. So I'd say my aura is generally low.
Are naps a favorite pastime?
No.
You said you like to sit and lay down a lot. Wouldn't you nap during that? Or what
I don't like doing it. Well, sitting I like to. Well, you don't really nap when you sit.
No, well, you should meet some of the people that I work with.
That's. I guess yeah. I guess I like to nap when I sit, but no, it's just because I have a worldwide reaching radio show, and I'm extremely famous and popular and all that doesn't mean that I'm very high energy.
You aren't like this 24/7, like high, like.
Well, I am. I am me.
No, like
me is who you see. I am what you get, and
yeah.
I do this 24/7, but I'm not like doing it.
So
I'm doing it. I'm doing it in front of a computer, sitting down.
Visions of you teaching a spin class during the day are not correct, or?
No, not really. That would be very incorrect. Unless it was a virtual spin class, maybe I would do that. I'd pretend I'm on a bike. I'm like, yeah, you're doing it. Keep going. Keep going. Pay me money. Keep going. You're doing great.
Do you want to actually pedal, or do you just want to like have that like the scenery?
Oh, Spirit. Spirit. I am sort of a nihilist. Sort of a nihilist.
A nihilist.
Yeah, I believe that there's a lot of things you could do that make a difference. But I also think there's even more stuff you could do that doesn't matter to anybody.
Yeah, what does that have to do with the Nile?
Well, everything starts at the river.
Well, there you go. That's good.
Ooh, you drinking something?
I have a gin and Waterloo crepe.
Wait, did you just say you have a genie?
A gin.
Yeah. A genie.
A gin. Well, is that a genie?
If your gin's name is Jimmy, then your genie's Jimmy as well.
The name is Bombay Sapphire. It's not.
It's the strangest hitman's name I've ever heard.
It's not the what is it? Monkey
47.
Oh.
I saw Monkey 47 at my local alcohol dispensary.
Have they raised the price?
It was like $66 for the bottle. And I was like, it was decent. It was decent size.
Everything's going up here.
It's very aromatic. It smells like I forget what the smell is. I just remember the taste.
It's a waste to drink it with like a mix, though. You know.
Fuck yeah, you gotta have that. It's got that lavender or some shit to it. It's got some. It's not. They don't put monkeys in that shit. I thought it was all. I thought they put a monkey into a bottle of gin.
The correct term is botanicals.
Botanicals? Yeah, but there was certain botanicals. It was
That's what they always say.
I thought they just threw 47 monkeys into a fucking barrel.
Well, you can taste the monkey penis in there. Delicious.
I think I went fucking 47 monkeys. They should have went with.
They have what's it, a farmhouse ale? Have you ever had a farmhouse ale?
I've had, yeah, actually. I went apple picking recently, and there was this farm.
I think we talked about this before.
And I went in there and I
described that.
I also went to I went to the what was that cider? What was that famous New York cider place? Fucking, I forget the name of it, but I went there too.
New York. Is it an alcohol cider or just?
Yeah, alcoholic cider. It's like Scott's apple cider. That's very popular. What's a popular apple cider in a bottle drink?
The one here is Blake's, and they ship Blake's everywhere. That's what it comes
I've seen
from
Blake's.
there.
I think I've had Blake's. Blake's is pretty good.
Yeah, they are a little bit woke.
Well, you have to be awake while you're working, otherwise you'd be napping.
Yeah, that's for certain. Yeah.
Do you think that if you took a politician and you killed them, would their spirit automatically go directly to the waiting area, or would it go to heaven or hell?
Well, that's a good question. You're talking like a purgatory or a...
Yeah, purgatory. Do you think if a politician dies, do they go to purgatory or to heaven or to hell? Because like a murderer, they go right to hell, right? Or that's what people say, even though I don't think anybody knows.
I don't know. I mean, there's we're all forgiven our sins, and so is there like a true evil that goes to hell?
Yeah, is there a true evil,
or
is there?
Our politicians the true evil, which I think to a degree, yes.
But what about the media?
There's probably
the media is eviler than the politicians.
Yeah, I'd have to agree because I think I mean, it seems like they're I don't know, the almighty ad dollar has made everybody into a almost a satanic whore. You know?
Satan. Do you think you could contact Satan in the spirit world?
I don't know. I don't think you could. I don't think a general person could because it's Satan. Unless he's got like all sorts of channels to everybody.
He probably doesn't even care anymore. It's like
He'd like put you on. He'd be like put you on voicemail. Like, no, I'm gonna hit the button.
he doesn't have to do any work anymore because the media. He's like back in the quote unquote day. Back in the day, you would get tapped on the shoulder and have Satan talking into your ear and telling you to do stuff. But now it's completely ruled by the media. The media has they tap you on the shoulder and tell you what to do. So he's
well, I think to a degree, but I think you have a lot of different almost sects of people that, as far as how they view the media, you have people that are totally disconnected and don't care what the media says at all, but they're not really. They think everything's going to be okay. If they do nothing and don't watch the media. So, and then you have the people that believe everything the media says, and you have people that believe like none of what the media says.
well, the media is law though.
And different
is the media law?
You know, is the media law?
Yeah, they get sued
but
sometimes, but
they tried to make it the. Well, that's the thing is that there should be lawsuits filed against them for different
to hold them responsible
actions that they perpetrated. Yeah, exactly. But they don't uphold any of that.
I know why.
They don't even uphold it to the politicians.
It's all AP.
AP.
And, it's all AP.
And the Reuters, because Reuters, you just got to know that's a bad name.
They're the main news hose. If you do not report what they tell you to report, then you'll never be mainstream.
Yeah,
I can't be mainstream.
And then you're No, because you're not going to be. Are you going to? Are you just going to repeat AP lines the whole entire show?
I know you can't say anything.
That's what you have to do.
You would have to. Yeah. So AP is Satan.
And then you'd have to AP is Satan, and then you'd have to fluff the advertisers that you need to get to afford the AP content.
It's very strange.
I know. And fluff's probably the light term for whatever the hell you'd have to do to the advertisers.
Do you think there'll ever be a war so bad that countries will all disappear? Like everybody will become their own individual country?
Like every single...
like I am a country. And you get like a certain radius around you of
I am the country. I am the country of Bill.
I am the country of Nick the Rat. I pay for a 5-foot radius for you not to come near me.
I have a feeling that wouldn't be in New Jersey though.
Could be. But New Jersey wouldn't exist. It would be a lot of people's country.
I don't know. There's always going to be somebody who's going to try and control everything. I guess it's just a matter of whether people follow that person.
What if humanity gets the unlock, the evolutionary step into not being so dependent on anything? Even though I can't see that happening ever.
I mean, as a human,
Well, say there's a replicator. A replicator comes out and it's pretty much free to have. Everybody had their own replicator.
You could replicate whatever you wanted.
Yeah, or what you needed. You have a little handheld device. You need a burger. You press a button. Boom! There's a burger in front of you.
Well.
And it costs nothing.
It would be cool, I guess.
Would there still be a government and people in control if you could make anything?
Are we thinking of this without looking into what the hell that burger's made out of and everything?
Oh, it's just made of photons.
It's just what's saying? Yeah, that's what I say. What the hell is it made out of? If it was
well, according to New Trek, it's made out of shit.
The same. It's just yeah, exactly. But if it was like
assembled
oh
atoms,
my God,
there you
it's
go.
The same exact makeup as beef or what, I'd be all on board.
Or do you think we'll
all
never
of us should have one, and then
imagine the quantum realm is actually the spirit realm, and humans are trying to put numbers on it, but they'll never be able to actually do it because the quantum is a whole different place that we'll never be able to touch. It's unknowable. It's maybe not, but
so it's all a realm of the. Would it be a realm of?
It's the realm of the unknowable.
Yeah, well, I mean, quantum always seems to be the unknowable.
Exactly, and it will always be
because
the
every
unknowable.
time it. Yeah, well, that's what I say. Every time they come up with something, it's like, oh no, it's this is quantum, but it's not really quantum. This is quantum, and we haven't achieved it yet.
It's quantum, but we're gonna. It's a cheeseburger. It's whenever there's a breakthrough, and you read about the breakthrough, it's always mostly bullshit.
Well, yeah, what is there? There's a phrase for that. The unachievable, whatever the hell.
The dream. What we were good at was making things smaller, like creating machines that could create smaller things. But we seem to have hit the smallest we could create a machine.
So, do you think like that's affected other technologies and other realms?
I think law has affected technology more than any physical hurdle.
What has?
Law, the stories by man.
No. Oh yeah.
To keep control.
Patents and whatnot.
And yeah, it's where we hoard knowledge. You can't have the blueprint to our technology because if you did, you might kill everybody.
The guise of disaster to keep a
control.
Control, yeah.
From it, well, would it go all the way to just the? If you knew how to make I was listening to Art Bell, and somebody sent him a letter on how to make an atomic bomb, and all it took was a couple of pieces of radioactive material, super glue, clay, TNT.
Yeah, I mean, well, what was it? There's a movie when I was young where a kid made that. John Lithgow was in it. No, I remember that.
Third Rock from the Sun?
Designed the, what was it?
A Third Rock from the Sun? That's a TV
no,
show.
No. This goes back to the 80s where, like, the kid designed an atomic bomb, and the structure for the explosive was like a soccer ball.
Really?
I don't know why that stands out.
And there's a John Lithgow movie.
The name of the movie. John Lithgow was was
he the kid?
Scientist at a lab that was developing like nuclear weapons or atomic weapons. And the kid broke in there with all the like pass cards that he got because the John Lithgow's character was dating his mom, his single divorcee mom or whatever it was. I remember that because he used a Tamiya model that was a Subaru Brat. That that model was like a hard plastic
Bakelite
model that they had. It was like a complete RC that one of the original RC radio controlled models that were out there that were popular in that day. So it wasn't Bakelite. It was something, but it was like most of the models
it was
had
very
like
thin.
what they call
like a very thin plastic.
No, because the ones that they had Lexan bodies that were really thin, and you painted them on the inside.
Yeah.
And that model had it was like a model you would buy to if you bought like a model of a Camaro that you just put together and it sat on a shelf, and it had like that hard plastic body to it. Whereas the normal RC models back then had a Lexian body and you painted them on the inside. They still do to this day. That's pretty much all the bodies are.
Modeling glue smells great.
Yeah. Well, years ago they had what they called airplane dope.
Oh God!
And airplane dope is what you
like
put on.
Gencom?
Well, no, it was like what you put on. It was an adhesive, and it hardened up, and you put it on like a cloth, like RC plane model, and that's where the term "doing dope" came from. Is because they would sniff RC dope or model plane dope. And get high off of it, just like glue. But dope was the first, and that's where dope came from.
It's so weird that that happens. Then again, I love alcohol and weed, so but it's a little bit different than sniffing chemicals.
Dope. Then sniffing. Oh yeah. Well, that's yeah. I've never purposely sniffed chemicals, but I've been around chemicals enough to the point where I got high, and I'm like, what
whoa,
the fuck is going on?
Like, hey, this is horrible.
Yeah, no, and it was like not cool for like a couple hours afterwards.
It's like
ugh, Christ, I don't want to do that again.
I don't understand it.
To the point where whenever I use those chemicals, I'm setting up a fan and blowing stuff all over the place. So.
Maybe it's
I cannot understand.
They're trying to reach the spirit world faster or something. I don't know. It's like a fast. Or I don't know. I don't know what's in the minds of other people. I don't even know what's in my own mind.
I mean, that's what leads to them doing like other hardcore drugs massively. I think too. There's just a personality that's more susceptible to do crazy stuff like that.
Could be.
Because, I mean, I think we've known people, everybody's known people like that growing up. You probably went to school with or whatever.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because you're, quote-unquote, stereotyping a person. You're kind of judging a book by its cover.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm talking about people that that have had a track record of doing that over and over again.
Well, yeah, you are making a judgment call on something that pattern recognition. There's many names for it, in my opinion.
Do you think that's wrong or right?
This is the question.
I mean, if
you might die, or you might have a fun time with a drug lord that has murdered people in another country, riding hyenas and having card games with giraffes. I don't know if that exists, but
and I'm not saying they're bad people either. I'm not saying they're like evil incarnate or anything, but definitely most of the people that I've known that have been like that.
But then again, when I see moldy bread, I throw it away.
Unfortunately, I mean it's sad. And I don't think, I'm not sure. Do you think there's some sort of set path that person was supposed to follow, that they were going to end up dying like that, or?
Possibly.
But that's what.
Oh, and it's weird too, because that person can never know their own fate either. Because when somebody tells you you are something, you usually are in disbelief of it. You're like, what?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
No,
caller, you
never.
should stop calling Nick the Rat's radio. And then they're like, what? I don't do that too much. And then you're like, wait, I do. And then
wait, I do? Do I do that too much?
Way too much, caller. Stop it.
What?
Stop it.
Oh my God.
But it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it does.
The thing, what you know how I see everything now. I had an epiphany one day, and then I was, we're just all too lazy, and we also don't have enough time to do stuff. Because if you saw a bad apple or rotten bread or something that needs to be fixed or moved or thrown away or anything, would you take the time to help fix it? A leopard, would you try to help a leopard change its spots? Nobody's got time for that. So it doesn't really matter anyway. Just notice the spots on the leopard, make peace with it and yourself, and move on. Do your own thing. You got to keep on going.
Notice that they want, yeah. I mean, that's, no, and I agree with that, but
they have to wind up somewhere.
Stuff like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's sad when stuff like that happens.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, even a lot of them were very good friends and decent people, I think, you know.
Well, think about yourself, though.
Ultimately,
how many friends do you have?
It dwindles as you get older, dude.
Why do you think I got this podcast now? I'm just trying to make some friends now in my... It does thin out a lot. And you're like, hey, it's kind of a good thing too, but it's also bad. See, when you're younger and there's way too many friends, there's a lot of bad apples in that group. You don't even know it
yet.
Well,
that's what I say.
Yourself.
You always know somebody from back in the day that probably was like anything that came past them. It's like, oh my God, airplane glue.
That's true, but you could have stepped in and said, "See, maybe it's just the parents."
If
you could blame
any person that I knew like that, like, well, no, I mean that's it.
Can you blame the parents?
Sure I don't know.
Because blaming the government is stupid, and that's a cop out, and that's why we're in the situation we're in.
I mean,
because people blame the government for failed youth. They're like, "Oh, the youth failed. It's the government's fault." It's like, what? Failed youth. I think that's because of people. If you're relying on the government or the media or anything, then you have to be able to exist with nothing and be able to be a decent person to people that are...
My belief in that is, I mean, it's part from my reality of growing up.
Caller, were you close with your adult enslavers?
I grew up in a fucked up home, dude.
It happens a lot.
I don't think it doesn't dictate who you are.
Definitely does not. You are sort of you might come out as a quote unquote better person. Either way, you have those inflictions on yourself though. So
I grew up in a fucked up home, but with an asshole in it. But he was at least funny, so
that still sucks, though.
I mean, there's always a good way to look at it.
There is a good way to look at it, yes. And also, there was a home. Sometimes
and
there is no home.
I'm not trying to bring you down or anything with that. It's just a matter of the fact that just shit happens, you know? I mean, there's shit that I learned, shit that I didn't. We all, everybody's experiences.
What was that person? Oh, this is also another thing. There's no history being passed on. There's no new culture. Culture comes from stories of people passing. Like you're telling me this story, but the person that you were that you're just talking about, did you know much about how they were brought up and the people that?
I mean, a lot of stuff came to light after the fact.
Yeah, well,
years later, and I have relatives that are doing like family tree kind of like bullshit, and some of the
do you have to
stuff
send
that
spit
comes
into
to
the
light
internet?
is like, like Ancestry.com and all that fucking bullshit.
But they're coming together as a group.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, this is the problem. We don't know anything about the people that came before us. We're relying on the internet and Amish people.
What's that?
Is it the Amish people that keep like Ancestry.com?
Who knows? Well, you know what? There's always a news record, and thank God there's somebody on the internet that's keeping like a news record at least of the old stuff, like shit that would be swept under the rug. And I think that's where the more valuable stuff is, like these obscure websites that find kind of like the local news of the time of wherever your family had congregated to, you know what I'm saying? And that's sometimes the most eye-opening stuff, because there's some crazy ass shit in the past of my family. You're like, holy fuck. So,
but sadly, it's not passed down orally from the person right before you.
No, nobody wants to talk about the bad stuff ever in any family.
I think that's the problem.
No, we owned all this stuff, and it's always that.
Nobody wants to talk about anything, and that's why people control everybody, because nobody's talking to each other. It's a very segregated civilization we're in. It's in at least in the States, I guess. I don't know.
The dregs of the society never get talked about. So
can't talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, I guess if anybody in your family knows about any bad things that you've done, not saying that you've done or not done anything. I guess that's the anonymity that we all afford from that little pact that's in place.
Well, this one time I was at my cousin's house, and I had this giant knife and... Caller? Caller, I can't believe you just got cut off right there. Oh my god, it's almost 1 a.m. Spirit world, are you there?
Ooh, yeah, I'm flying through the sky.
Oh yeah, astral projecting. I'm floating above spearfish. How you doing?
Wait a second. Is this Stillwater's spirit?
I am a floating. Yeah.
How high
yeah.
above you are you?
Oh, how high am I? Okay, on a scale from 1 to Willie Nelson, I am just slightly less than Snoop Dogg.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, you know.
Is the service up there good? Is it cold?
doing?
Is it colder in the spirit world, or?
Oh, no, actually, like, I've been enjoying my day normally here in Spearfish, and it was a very picturesque autumn day. Like, all the leaves are like that glorious, bright yellow-orange color, and then it's like kind of mixed in with the ponderosa pine dark green, and then it's like kind of chilly out, but not really that chilly, and it's kind of windy out, but not super crazy South Dakota windy like it normally is, and it was just really gorgeous. And I thought, hey, you know what? I've been having a nice day. I can clear my mind, and let's go floating around in the astral realm. So here I am. So I'm just kind of floating up above the 605 area.
Well, I'm happy you're able to call in on the spirit line here in the sewer. This is
actually I couldn't find my phone for like 2 weeks until I started astral projecting, and so I decided to grab it. I'll put it back with my regular body later. Don't worry about that, you know.
Can I ask you a question, Spirit?
Well, of course.
Is humanity doomed?
Let me put this way. Ragnarok already happened, and it will again. The end of the world has already happened, and it will again. The apocalypse, everything like that. It has always been a cycle that the world has gone through.
Things die. Things come back.
Yeah, things die.
Dinosaurs are pigeons now, right? They're birds.
Well, basically, yeah, but there's also civilizations that we've completely lost. And there's also, lots of catastrophes that kind of happen. There's volcanoes. You know about Pompeii, right?
I know all about Pompeii.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there. I actually lived at the place. It was a really fun time. I was in college at the time, and our tour guide was this like 52-year-old MILF, and that's how she introduced herself. And she was wildly flirtatious with all of the men there, including myself, and there were all these like dicks carved into the buildings, and she had this little feather pointer, and she'd always tickle every cock that she got. Look, yes, there's another penis, yeah, in her like Italian accent, and it was just such a fucking hilarious tour because this lady was just laying out this sexual energy to an extreme that it became hilarious to everybody.
Did you give her a good tip? Did you give her a good tip?
And she insisted on only the tip, just to see how it feels.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
I have not, but my brother has.
They don't take tips there.
No, that's a uniquely American thing because tipping didn't happen until when everybody banned all the alcohol. I'm blanking out on the name. The Prohibition. Yeah, it started with the Prohibition because there would be these like speakeasies and some few restaurants that would have like secret pills for people who wanted alcohol to get alcohol at a restaurant on the sly. And in fact, the term cocktail actually comes from if a server had a peacock tail hanging off of her skirt, that meant that she would be willing and able to get the customer an alcoholic drink on the fly. And that's where the term cocktail came from.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
It's either that or I just made up something really, really brilliant. And I don't think I'm smart enough to just make something up like that on the fly. And if I did, then I'm fucking killing it. But I doubt it's the latter.
Illuminati in the chat is totally right. Dude.
What did she say?
She's dude.
Dude? Oh, dude. Dude?
Dude.
Dude. You can say so much with that word, can't you? That's what's beautiful about it.
Dude.
Dude.
Dude is dude's culture now. You know, people just say dude. I'm sure some people are just like dude, and they just pass on dude.
Dude, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Oh, it is gorgeous out right now. Oh boy, it is like picturesque Halloweeny weather right now, and I have a window open, and I'm literally I doubt that you can hear any of this. It won't pick this up on my stupid phone, but I can hear leaves just blowing in the wind and bouncing off of the ground. It's just so beautiful. You guys got to get outside sometime.
Spirit. I had a thought about the wind earlier. And you just brought up a great.
The wind is your friend, dude. Go with the wind.
If there was no leaves to make noise when the wind blew, would we ever hear it?
Well, what do you mean by that?
I mean, like, would we hear the wind if the wind didn't hit anything?
Look, all right. I know that earlier you mentioned that you're
if you're in the hills
of a nihilist.
If you're in the hills, there's no trees. It does hit your eardrum.
No,
if the wind hit you in the ear.
I'm in the valley just underneath the hills.
But say you didn't get hit directly with the wind, but like you could hear a tree like rustling in the wind from probably at least, I would say, 500 feet, maybe probably more away.
I don't quite understand what you're trying to say, but I kind of do at the same time. I love that you're latching onto the beauty of nature, but let's step back from that. So, what were you trying to say?
Can spirits have sex?
Oh, absolutely. They do it all the time. Why wouldn't they?
Is there friction? Is friction the best part of or?
The spirit energy is very essential to sexual activities. And in fact, like an orgasm starts from the very base of your chakra.
Is the feeling the sensation, is that only friction? Or is that gravity too?
No, it's not only friction. It's
like the sense of taste is a couple of different flavors, and smell is, and touch. Is touch only friction? It's because it's the physical things in contact with each other. And
you gotta reverse the way that you're thinking about those sorts of things, like your taste buds or your nerve endings or your skin and whatever. Instead of saying, hey, I'm taking in stuff from there, you got to think of these are actually antennas out to the world at large. And in fact, when you think of it on that level, if you go back through the nervous system with that kind of logic, it means that your brain and your stem, like your spinal cord, is more like an antenna. Like your brain and your nervous system and all of your feels are actually kind of being projected into it. It's like your physical body is picking up on something outside of yourself, and that's kind of where you come from. And the only reason people are assholes is because physically no one's perfect. And when you understand that, that's when you understand, hey, that's why I need to forgive, like Jesus Crazy said, you know?
Spirit caller from Spearfish.
Yeah, I'm floating right over the Passion Play right now. It's still basically abandoned.
I totally forgot
It
what I was
was
going to ask
designed by
you.
the same guy that designed Red Rocks, if anyone knows about that venue. That's another outdoor stage. And that's what the Passion Play was, and that guy designed the Passion
Oh,
Play
wait,
here in Spearfish.
Spirit caller. Would you be able to teach what you just said in a taxpayer's school?
Well,
do you think you could do that? Can you say, like, I'm going to go teach metaphysics to students in 3rd grade, 4th grade in your public school?
Well, I mean, I don't know
Is that
about
even
doing
metaphysics?
that directly, but I do know enough of the teachers here in town that if I can't do that, I'm sure that I can talk them into like sharing a beer with me and then talking on a microphone about this kind of stuff.
Do you think you could talk to kids in a tax-funded school about anything that wouldn't be from the AP, that the AP wouldn't say?
The Associated Press?
Yeah, like if the Associated Press, if they didn't say that you could have these feelings that you're just talking about, they're not going to be able to put that into a book. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't worry about it, and it's because
you got to start worrying about that. See, I'm trying to make a movement here, and if you're not worried about things, then stuff won't ever move. Let's listen to In Before with To Me. Sorry, caller. I really have to use the bathroom. I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, spirit world, where's my spirit?
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Oh, you sound pretty creepy. Hi. This is my name's Nick the Rat. I'm calling you from a sewer in Brooklyn, New York. I'd like to ask you some questions about the spirit world.
Oh, yes, sir. I could totally answer any question you have, but I have to ask you.
Spirit world caller. Hello.
I'm flying through the sky. Oh yeah, I'm still here, dude. Yeah, still floating around.
Really?
Oh, it's a pretty clear night, and this is pretty pleasant weather. So I'm just kind of floating around, looking at the stars.
I'm gonna hold on. I gotta crack a beer here, Spirit.
Oh, of course. Crack one out,
I
buddy.
just made enough room. Here we go.
Yeah. Woo! I could hear that from all the way up here.
So how are you going to celebrate Halloween, Spirit?
Well, first I have to go to work. And it's kind of a bummer, I gotta show up. I'm like the earliest guy there, too, scheduled-wise.
So then you get out
But,
earliest, too.
I mean...
On a Sunday? You have to get there that early on a Sunday?
Down for the... Well, yeah, I have to show up at around 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I know. It sucks. I'm not even a morning person, but for some reason I'm the only one that can show up even a fraction of a second before 9 a.m.
I have a question, caller. I don't know the business very well. Do you think that they should open?
I play with knives and fire.
Do you think they should open that early, or do you think they should just wait later and open? Like, is there enough? Are you cooking up breakfast for people?
Well, no, that's not how early we open. It's just that
you gotta like chop and get ready.
The restaurant where I work at, we do fresh food and we make just about everything in house, and it includes all of our French fries are hand cut, dude. So it's either me or one of the other people in the kitchen that have to set up the mandolin and hand cut the French fries. And also we sell a fuck ton of French fries. And that's just one of the crazy items we do. But you know what? It is so fucking delicious that it's worth it. It's worth it. And
you should buy a fry cutting machine. You should get a fry. You should.
Actually, we did, and my boss is kind of on the fence with it because it works beautifully. It's more convenient, but the fry holes are a lot larger than what he wanted. They're kind of coming out like steak fries, like the really thick fries. You know what I'm talking about?
So you.
Before they were, we were making
my
thinner fries.
This big.
French fries, yeah. He wanted his French fries to be pretty much the size of McDonald's French fries, the really tiny ones.
So get one of those Play-Doh machine toys and squish the potato through one of those.
Well, and here's the funny thing is that everybody loved the fries before, and everybody loves the fries now.
It's the potatoes. As long as the potatoes are fresh.
At the same ratio. It really is.
If the potatoes are the machine's not adjustable. There's probably adjustable machines or something, or just make your own machine.
Yeah. You have to get a different plating thing, and then you got to screw that guy into the machine there.
You should outsource your work to the robots, and then enslave the robots, and then become your own chain of fries. You could sell fries outside of his place.
I will accept that if it's in the form of like an R2D2 unit. If it's a cute like little droid that's following me around and talks to me through bleeps and bloops and is just recognizable enough to be like, oh, that's a concerned bleep, or oh, that's an excited happy bleep, you know, just like R2D2. If it's bad, then yeah, I'm all for it. But I don't want the like evil Terminator ones. You know what I mean? I don't want to be threatened by my robot friends. I want me to be friends with my droids and robots. You know?
Would you prefer the R2D2 bot making the fries eject the fries one by one from a cylindrical shaped output device, or would you rather it just like dump them like 10 at a time?
Actually, the air pump machine we have works perfectly fine.
The air
and I
pump
think
machine?
R2 is an important enough droid. He has other duties he's got to attend to. He's got to help the New Republic. Okay? He's up there with Luke Skywalker. They're trying to rebuild the Republic, and then there's still remnants of the Empire led by Grand Admiral Thrawn. And
Do you have to
R2 doesn't have time to waste cutting fries.
Do you peel
I'll
potatoes?
do that for you, R2.
Or do you fries?
R2, I love you. Oh, I'm sorry. You can
Do you peel the potatoes, or do you get the fries with the potato skins on them?
Oh, actually, you should always leave your potato skins on. But of course, wash them. I always wash my potatoes, by the way.
How do you wash your
I give
potatoes?
them a
Do you
nice
soap?
bath.
Do you soap
Oh,
or just water?
I basically fill up the middle sink of our triple sink.
Yeah.
And then I fill it up with water. And then I'll roll up my sleeves. Or if I got a T-shirt on, I don't got to do that, but whatever. And then I'll dunk my hands in there, and then I'll rub them around. And then I'll turn the water faucets on, pull out the plug, and I'll keep stirring them around while it washes all the dirt away. It works great, and it's wildly efficient.
Color Spirit, do you want to know a little Halloween trick?
Does it involve dog duty in a brown paper bag?
This is actually a spell you could cast. It's very powerful. You take that water, that's the that you had the potatoes in that you were rubbing. You have to rub at least 10 potatoes in a gallon of water, and then you take that water and you put it into
9 potatoes.
It's 9. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, it's 9 potatoes. Yeah,
You put
I read
those,
the same
you
one,
rub
but
them
please continue.
in that water.
Yep.
You put it into a like a little spritz bottle. And you spray it on your mortal enemies.
Yeah, and actually, you can downsize the power of that spell to 3 potatoes, and then you can use that same spray bottle as a just mild deterrent from like annoying things, you know, and it's a subtle enough thing that it works too. Yeah. I heard about that one too. Oh man, you must have found that same weird book that I found at the Jabberwock in Augustana College.
Do you know how you increase the potency of that spell? You let a potato sit out for like 5 months, and let it like just leak potato jizz. You ever see like when a potato sits out for too long, it just like leaks black liquid?
Yeah, that's the starch, dude.
It's
liquid. The starch getting oxidized.
Are you a scientist?
Yeah, okay. No, I work with food, and I have to know just barely enough of the science to understand how it affects food.
So you take that black stuff that comes out of the potato, and you mix it with some rubbing alcohol, 100% alcohol, and then you spray it on somebody.
Out, it gets oxidized, and then that's what turns it black. And if you cut a potato and just leave it out, you'll see it's sort of turned gray because it's doing the same thing. But instead of being a little tiny thing being bombarded by air, it's like a larger surface exposed to air. So it doesn't do it as fast or something like that. I don't know. There was a butcher near the restaurant that like explained the whole process to me once, and I only kind of remember it. So I might be wrong on some of it, but I think I might be essentially accurate.
Was that butcher's name Jack the Ripper?
No, his name was Bob.
That's not scary enough. This is a Halloween show, caller. You have to keep it scary. Spirits, if you're not going to be spooky, scary spirits, then I don't know. I just don't know. Hold on, I got to do some math here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be right back with more Nick the Rat. I hope you stick around, but we got some advertisements we have to play. And stuff. Where's the Diane? Why are you purple, Diane? Oh, we'll be right back. Oh, come on. No, it's no. Hold on.
City of the dead. The living dead. A cursed city. Where the gates of hell have been opened.
You've got to. You must reclose those gates.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special broadcast. Dunwich police authorities have declared a state of emergency, effective immediately within Dunwich County. All citizens are requested to return to their homes as quickly as possible. In case of necessity, contact this station, Radio WDWC. The telephone number is 825-9881. All citizens are urged to remain calm.
Did you see, when you were in this trance, did you see anything besides that tombstone?
Oh, yes. I saw a priest who, by hanging himself, opened the gates of hell.
She's still here. She's still in the house. No, she's in here. I know she's still in the house. I don't want to see her anymore. Darren, get her out, please. Tell her to go. She's in here. Do you hear her? They're worms.
Guess what? It's All Saints' Day.
A demanding, implacable enemy whose search for blood is never satiated.
I live in the weak and the wounded.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
Never believe fully in anybody else's BS. I don't care if it's Roger Nish, the Pope, L. Ron Hubbard, Al Gore, George Bush, or I don't care who it is. Don't swallow all their belief system totally. Don't accept all of their bullshit, all their BS. The second rule is like unto the first. Don't believe totally in your own BS. Which means that, as Bucky Fuller said, the universe consists of non-simultaneously apprehended events. Non-simultaneously. The universe consists of non-simultaneously apprehended events, which means any belief system or reality tunnel you've got right now is going to have to be revised and updated as you continue to apprehend new events later in time, not simultaneously. This is the natural functioning of the human brain. It's the way children's brains perform before they're wrecked by the school system. It's the way the minds of all great scientists and artists work. But once you have a belief system, everything that comes in either gets ignored if it doesn't fit the belief system, or it gets distorted enough so that it can fit into the belief system. You got to be continually revising your map of the world.
They will say that I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Nihilism is not this hell. It's not a purgatory where once you get in, you can't come out. All that nihilism is saying is that there is no intrinsic meaning to life, except the meaning you give it. You can take that one of two ways. You can take it negatively, you can take it positively. All nihilism does is it forces you to stop and to be silent. It silences your mind, and it blots out the noisy world, and it gives the stage. It sets the stage for your soul to speak. Now, some people will take it negative, and they'll fall into that state of depression, and they'll have to battle out of that. Some people will take it positively, and they'll go on to make the necessary changes into their lives. But nihilism in itself is only a pause. It is a stopping point. It is a pit stop. Nihilism is just where, you're silent, and, you're really looking back on, you're reflecting, you're introspecting. You're looking at your choices. You're looking at how you got here. You're looking at why you got here. And you're really thinking for the first time in your life. Your thoughts are your own. You're thinking about where you want to go and where you want to be. And you discover that your life up to this point has not been reflecting where you wanted to go. It has not been conducive to your goals. It has always been conducive to the goals of others. You have always been beholden to others. Nihilism is where you look inside of yourself, and you have to choose between reclaiming your sovereignty, reclaiming control of your life, or falling by the wayside into nothingness and experiencing a slow death. Nihilism is that point where it is a psychological life and death battle. Some people are stronger than others, right? And some people need to experience more pain than others. It is simply a moment of silence where you sit and you look inside of yourself and you listen to what your soul is telling you. Because your soul is the thing that knows the truth. Your soul is the thing that knows what you want. Your soul, your soul knows. And listen to that little voice inside of your head and then follow that voice.
I just can't take no pleasure in killing.
Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like it.
There's nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'm your #1 fan.
How arrogant of us, creatures of the moment, whose very species is but an experiment in Deus Naturae, to arrogate to ourselves an immortal future and considerable status. How do we know that that form of atomic and molecular motion called life is the highest of all forms? Perhaps the dominant creature, the most rational and godlike of all beings, is an invisible gas. Personally, I should not care for immortality in the least. There is nothing better than oblivion, since in oblivion there is no wish unfulfilled. We had it before we were born, yet did not complain. Shall we then whine because we know it will return? The mammals, of which man is part, are simply a psychochemical phenomenon, a component of carbon animated by a form of electric energy. When this energy disappears and the body disintegrates, everything is finished.
She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
See your work in light of the humanist tradition.
Maybe
in the
I'm
context
distorted by my youthful experience, but the great news when I was young was this great wave of French thought, Lacan, Althusser, anti-humanism, and so on and so on. So I think that, and I connect this with the legacy of German idealism, where also, you know what is so interesting? Till German idealism, the metaphor for human spirit was light. We live in a universe where all around there are threats, but we are the light of reason. And even if we are threatened from within us, it's the dark side of us and so on, all those misleading Freudian metaphors, you know, that our ego is like a tip of the iceberg and all the unconscious beneath water. I think that I follow here the line from medieval mystics to German idealism and so on, where on the contrary, the metaphor for the pure subject is the mystical word is, you must know the term, night of the world, or as Hegel would have put it, it's the night, it's the radical darkness of self-destructive negativity. And this, I think, cannot be captured with the term humanism. Humanism is, that's to go to a more general dimension and going back to sexuality. You know, we, of course, codify sexuality through all forums and manners, rules, but what this codification, cultivation, tries to control is not nature. It's already some unnatural break from disruption of nature. Even in literature, we find this as, for example, think about myth of Tristan and Isolde. It's this deadly, absolute passion. And Freudian name for this is death drive, which is very paradoxical. Again, Freud himself was confused here. Freudian death drive is not, oh, I want to die, I want to disappear. I claim that it can be shown in a precise way that Freud's death drive is paradoxically his name for immortality. What Freud means by death drive is basically the experience of living a living death, something that persists beyond life and death, something that is neither death than alive. And I think subjectivity, modern Cartesian subjectivity, at its most basic is this. We live, insofar as we are human subject, in the days of the living dead, not and so on. So in this, that's all I can do now, but it was a very precise question. Thank you. These are just some of the reasons why I don't inscribe myself into the humanist tradition.
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? So you got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
Old woman, all skin and bone. There was an old woman, all skin and bone, who lived near the graveyard all alone. Ooh, ooh. She thought she'd go to church one day to hear the parson preach and pray. Ooh. And when she came to the church house stile, she thought she'd stop and rest a while. Ooh. When she came up to the door. She thought she'd stop and rest some more. Ooh. But when she turned and looked around, she saw a corpse upon the ground. Ooh. From its nose down to its chin, the worms crawled out and the worms crawled in. Ooh. The woman to the preacher said, "Shall I look like that when I am dead?" Ooh. The preacher to the woman said, "You'll look like that when you are dead."
Hello?
Have you checked the children?
We all show up on this planet in the same state of confusion and terror. It's like if we all left this building right now, just disappeared and reappeared on another alien planet, no memory of ever being here or being a thing, just all of a sudden you exist. What the fuck? And you got a couple of basic instincts. I'm hungry, throw food down this hole, and I'm cold, so wrap me up in something. But other than that, what the fuck is going on? Anyone? And there's other people who showed up just as fucked up and confused as you are, but they've been there longer, so they could give you a few hot tips. Like, yeah, if it stinks, don't step in it. And someone said eat kale, and that's good for you. And don't get a LinkedIn profile because the spam is endless and you'll never use it. But other than that, I don't really have any answers for you. And then some of you sadists take this to the next level where you say, let's pull that same practical joke on somebody else who doesn't exist. Fuck me in the front potato, we'll watch it fall out all terrified and confused, and we'll laugh at it for as long as that joke stays fresh. And then we'll wait till his knees are strong enough to hold up his upper body weight, and we'll make him work around the house forever for nothing. Sorry, black people, you do not corner that market on slavery. Every single one of us was born into indentured servitude. 18 years a slave. Make that Oscar-winning motion picture. 18 years a slave. You had me. I used to be nothing. I didn't exist, and I never had a bad day. Then you create me. I come into this world, the next thing I know, I'm doing yard work and dishes. I got chores, and then do your homework. And when your homework's done, then you're grounded. Fuck you, cunt that had me without my consent. I'm grounded. I'm 13 years old. You know what I could do? I could make a dude, too. I know your law says 18, but nature said 13. I could crank out a dude just like you did that didn't exist, put him on your dime, and he's gonna half my workload. Subcontract that piece of shit out to rake leaves. But I didn't do that because I'm not a dick. But if my parents were alive today, I would sue them into poverty just for having me against my will. Set legal precedent. They weren't bad people, but you made me out of nothing. Then you kicked me out when I was 18. Now I'm 48. I'm ugly, I'm drunk, I don't have a strong closer for this special. And you're conveniently dead before I can sue you. It's wrong.
Wait right there, Mr. Bennell.
How do you know my name? I didn't tell you my name.
Hang up.
I didn't tell him my name.
They're all a part of it. They're all parts, all of them. Whatever you do.
I wouldn't change places with anyone tonight. We'll carve pumpkin faces and watch the witches' flight. Every human heart will shudder. Every soul will shake with fear. Tonight, the creepiest. Tonight, the scariest. Tonight, the most wonderful. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your dog could turn into a cat. There may be a toad in your bass guitar, or your sister could turn into a bat. Christmas time brings the snow. Summertime brings the sun. But on Halloween, your blood begins to run. Something spooky's going down. Anything can happen on Halloween. It's better than a video. Gremlin's gonna mess up every cassette from London to Idaho. April 1st can be fun. New Year's Eve is a bore. But on Halloween, your flesh begins to crawl. Oh, I'm losing control. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your toenails grow long and your hair turns green. Your teacher could become a sardine. Your dentist could turn into a queen. Has anybody seen my tambourine? I may start playing big in the beginning. The craziest night you've ever seen. This hairy, scary, creepy, crawling
Don't fall asleep.
Docile Doberman with Poe Dream.
Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, this much let me avow.
Dim the lights.
You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream.
Dim now.
Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of his surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, oh God. Can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Oh God. Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Oh God.
Yeah, your show fucking sucks, kid. It's a piece of shit. Your show's terrible, man. It's not even fucking good. Hope it gets canceled.
There were some foreign listeners in the chat room, in the troll room. They thought we were not saying ratchet, but rat shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to the third installment of Zindu's super duper scary story. We left Ross and myself and Chief Big Tits over off at his house. We got the, what was it, the matchbook? Yeah, the matchbook for the Indian Reserve graveyard. All Mr. Ross had to do, my good friend Ross, Mr. TikTok dancing star, crazy gigolo Ross. All you had to do is go to this here graveyard, dig a little hole, over any grave actually. There was really no specific information, just the Big Tits just said, hey, go there, dig a hole, stick the foot in the hole, and sleep there overnight. It's gonna suck, it's gonna be a little bit rough, but you just, right up to the knee, you have to do it up to the knee, so you're gonna be laying on the floor flat, and your leg, your whole calf, and your foot, so it's gotta be like a good 3-4 feet deep hole. It's gonna take a little while to dig. He said, hey Ross, don't be a pussy. Just fucking put your foot in some dirt. Dig a hole. I agreed to watch him do it. You know, I was like, yeah, I'll help watch. I'll watch what you do. I'll go there. I even agreed to let him use my shovel. I was trying to be a good friend. Like, Ross buddy, don't worry. I got a shovel. We'll go down to the graveyard. Go there at night. We have to be there at least, I think it was like 12 hours or something. It was some weird number. I think he just pulled the number out of his ass. I don't see how you can do science behind it. I don't know how many people are losing legs in Indian reserves. But, either way. 10 hours is probably fine. We go there at like 7 o'clock. Sun's starting to set. Give him my shovel. He digs up a hole. Alright, he's like a 4-foot hole. He puts his leg in there. He digs it up. I help him out. I look around. I make sure that the hole is nicely packed in, that it's covered, everything's good. He can't move. He's good to go. I'm like, all right, Ross, you're good. I'm out of here. I'm going. I got a hot date with like 2 chicks, which is enough. You know, I don't need your help tonight. So you stay here. You get your leg back. I'm gonna go out and have some fun. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come pick you up tomorrow morning. I'll be here at, 7 in the morning? 6 in the morning? Whatever. When the sun comes up, I'll be here, okay? Sun comes up, I'll send the ladies home. I'll hop in my, Uber. And I'll see you soon, okay? Don't worry. No problem. There was a problem. Now, I hate to admit this part. Because, one of the scariest things in the world is knowing you're a bad friend. And let me tell you, Ross, he's a fucking horrible friend. After this experience, I don't think I'll ever be able to talk to him again. This is why I claim not to know where he is. I don't want anything to do with Ross ever again. Alright? Sun comes up. I have no idea, because one of these ladies fell asleep, spread eagle on my face. So I didn't know if the sun was up or down. I didn't know what was going on. It was a fun evening though. It was really fun. We had a lot of fun. But I got up at like fucking 5 p.m. the next day. I'm like, I gotta go get Ross. He's probably a little bit cold, maybe a little bit hungry. I'm a good friend, right? So I hop into the Uber. I go down the graveyard. This motherfucker, he's not there. Gone. Totally gone. His pants. Not only that, I know he left and he was okay because his pants were still in the ground. Like, it looked like he kind of shimmied out of his pants, left his pants there, left. I was like,
What the fuck is this?
No respect for a friendship. No respect for a friendship. You don't set a plan with somebody and then leave before they get there. You know what I'm trying to say? Fucking piece of shit. Now if that's not just a Halloween scary story for itself, let me tell you about this. Oh, jeez. A few days later, who comes up to my door? My new worst friend, Ross. On his legs, dancing around. He says he feels great. He's like, I'm feeling great, Zindu. And then he pointed his fingers and accused me of a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, Ross, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see you. Now, I don't really know what happened to him. But, this is what that's the last time I saw him. I told him to fuck off. I was like, dude, get the fuck off my property. You don't do that to somebody. Alright? You don't tell somebody this and then you do that. You don't. I fucking
got a point.
threw
He's got a
candy
point
corn
there.
at his face. And then I
But
farted
this is
in
Halloween.
his general direction. I
Whatever.
told him to shove off. Alright. But this is what happened with Ross. Actually, his leg, while it was in the dirt, got some sort of parasitic infection. This is what the scientist on the news told me. I don't know what the dark sewer scientist didn't have any, they didn't know what happened until later. And what they told me was a little bit different. But this is what I heard from the news story. The leg had parasitic worms in it now, right?
Are you talking about the lawyers?
And that set off endorphins
Diane,
in
call
his brain.
Zindu.
He was living high. He was high as fuck because it was like basically keeping your arm over an open flame. Like you're burning your arm off. It's on fire, but you can't pull away because there's so much stimulation going on. It's like being electrocuted. When you stick your dick into an electrical socket and you can't get out of it, it's too much. You can't just pull out. You can't pull out. He was going nuts. 5 days after I saw him, these worms apparently went through his system, and they pretty much ate all of his insides. Nothing left of the guy. He was a hollow shell of a human, which already are hollow shells. He was a hollow shell. walking around, no insides, filled with worms to the brim. It was basically, you ever hear that joke about 5 midgets in a coat going into that porno theater, and then they bump into Pee Wee Herman jerking off? Very similar, very similar. But imagine if those midgets were worms, and then imagine if those worms were controlling a body and then going around and eating other people. Ross became a cannibal. He became a cannibal. The worms within him became unsatiable. Basically, it was like they were like on edge the entire time. They couldn't come. They had massive blue balls. They had giant wormy blue testicles. And all they wanted to do was just eat people. Alright? So Ross, he had these worms in his brain. These were also like microscopic worms. They really didn't need to eat a whole person. They just needed like maybe a couple drops of flesh and they'd be fine. But they were sending the signals to his brain and he couldn't stop himself. Also, these worms were in his brain. His blood almost just became worms. His heart was pumping worms through his veins, and the veins went into his brains, and he had worms in the synapses of his brain just crawling around in there. This story makes me want to puke. Hold on 1 second. And these brains, they craved flesh. Now, even though they were crawling around in some dude, they wanted him to ingest the flesh. Then the enzymes would go into the blood, and that's what they fed on fucking secondhand people. It was a fucking nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare. Yeah, he had about 4 people. At least that's what I told the news. The ladies that came to my, Adobe, the 4 ladies that I was introducing him into, apparently he went that night when they were like, they're gonna, he bet them and he got their number and they disappeared. So I'm mostly sure that he ate them. I told the cops, I was like, I don't know, I did meet these lovely young ladies. They're gone. Also, if you ever meet 2 other ladies that are missing, they're gone too. Ross probably got to them. Ross probably devoured their face. He probably just started like on their nose. He probably like bit their nose, ripped that off, and swallowed that, and then played in their blood as it squirted out of their face like a little fucking garden hose thing, squirting blood all over. He probably played in that blood for a little bit until it can't squirt forever. No girl can squirt forever. So, blood goes down, he's probably playing in that. He's probably sticking fingers or other appendages within their, Ross probably, he was a freak. He was probably, having sex with the nose cavity on the body that was dying very slowly because there wasn't too much blood squirting out, dripping down their face after their nose were ripped off. But it's good to do. It's fun. I understood that part. The only part I didn't understand was how
What the fuck did I just walk in on?
Ross's worms would all leave his body,
Ryan, call the
devour
lawyers.
the girl without having a nose. They'd somehow latch in there and they'd eat him, and then they'd crawl back into his mouth with the dead girls' bodies in there, and basically he ate about 6. All right, let's change that number to about 12. He probably ate about 12. If the cops ever come back, I'm going to tell them 12 because I remember a couple more girls that I think I introduced him to through a mutual friend. Yeah. So I don't know where Ross is. It's a horrible story, and all I can say is, Ross, you're a piece of shit for not showing up that night. I can't believe you left early, you fucking asshole. A happy Halloween, everybody.
Let's listen to Shadow Vibe with Hidden Plains. Jesus Christ. Where's the lawyers? Somebody call the lawyers. Call the lawyers right now. This... Thank you, Servo. Thank you, Sewer Chatter. You guys are late night warriors, let me tell you. If I was doing this podcast right now, I'd be in a pumpkin patch trying to raise the dead. Not with a Ouija board though. Never fucking touch. Don't sue Milton Bradley if you ever see. That's why Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore. We had to stop the spread. Thank you, NetNed, for 5 community gift subs 2 hours ago. Well, welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio, everybody. I'm feeling a little scared. When reality starts falling apart, and there's like serious stuff that could happen. There's people that might come looking for you. When somebody's looking for you, especially, hold on. When you know they're looking for you, that's the best time when you should put them right to voicemail. Let's see. Does anybody leave a voicemail? 917-719-5923. Diane, are there any spirits that called in recently? Any of them? Diane? Why are you on the ceiling, Diane? Come down from there. That's silly. If Newton saw you right now, he'd be wagging his finger at you.
Luke? Luke? The voice came softly but instantly, pausing amid the familiar landscape of Tatooine. Familiar, yet oddly distorted. Luke Skywalker turned to look. An equally familiar figure stood there, watching him. "Hello, Ben," Luke said. "Been a long time." "Indeed it has," Obi-Wan Kenobi said bravely. "And I'm afraid that it will be longer still until the next time. I've come to say goodbye, Luke." The landscape seemed to tremble, and abruptly, a small part of Luke's mind remembered that he was asleep in a suite in the Imperial Palace, and dreaming of Ben Kenobi. "No, I'm not a dream," Ben assured him. "But the distances separating us have become too great for me to appear to you in any other way. Now even, this last path is being closed to me. No, Luke heard himself say. You can't leave us. We need you. Ben's eyebrows lifted slightly, and a hint of his old smile touched his lips. They don't need you. You are a Jedi, strong in the Force. At any rate, Obi-Wan said, the decision is not mine to make. I've lingered too long already, and can no longer postpone my journey from this life to what lies beyond. The memory stirred, Yoda on his deathbed, and Luke pleading with him not to die. Strong am I in the Force, the Jedi Master had told him softly, but not that strong. It is the pattern of all life to move on, Ben reminded him. You too will face the same journey one day. Again, his attention drifted away, then returned. You are strong in the Force, Luke, and with perseverance and discipline, you will grow stronger still. His gaze hardened. But you must never relax your guard. The Emperor is gone, but the dark side is still powerful. Never forget that. I won't, Luke promised. Ben's face softened, and again he smiled. You will yet face great dangers, Luke, he said. But you will also find new allies, at times and places where you expect them least. New allies? Luke echoed. Who are they? The vision seemed to waver and become fainter. And now, farewell, Ben said, as if he hadn't heard the question. I loved you as a son, and as a student, and as a friend. Until we meet again, may the Force be with you. Ben! Luke knew he was gone. Then I am alone, he told himself. I'm the last of the Jedi. He seemed to hear Ben's voice, faint and indistinct, as if a great distance. Not the last of the old Jedi, Luke. The first of the new.
Are you not able to reflect Mercury retrograde's power and use it for good? Do you sit at home waiting for it to pass? We in the Dark Sewer Network understand your problems, and we've had our scientists working 24/7 figuring out how to protect you from Mercury retrograde. You've seen those Mylar, tinfoil-looking piece of shit space blankets they've sold you earlier. But these are pink. Our Dark Sewer scientists rub pink sea salt crystals all over this tinfoil in assurance that you, yes you, will be protected from all the powers that comes from Mercury during this troubled, sensitive time. If you or a loved one suffers from Mercury retrograde, call us now at 917-719-5923 and let us help you during your troubled times. Call now. Only $69.99 a blanket.
The ultimate in screen terror. The horror that was the Nazi nightmare explodes on the screen. 1945. Somewhere inside Nazi Germany. This is Medical Camp 9. For these women, there is no hope, no escape. For them, there is only pain. And Ilsa, she-wolf of the SS.
Call yourselves men? I see no manhood between your legs.
For some, there was death. Slow. Brutal. For others, the chosen few. There was only Ilsa, she-wolf of the SS.
Look further, General.
Oh, while we eat. When a man entered her room, he never returned quite the same. Of all the butchers in the Third Reich, none was as ruthless as Ilsa, she-wolf of the SS.
It's 50 minutes now, mein Commandant.
Together with her Black Widows, she committed crimes so terrible even the SS feared her.
There's but one way. One path to pleasure. Do you understand? Come, please.
You will never forget the terror of Medical Camp 9. Never forget its beautiful commandant, the bloody butcher the Nazis called Ilsa, she-wolf of the SS.
Heil Hitler!
Because of the shocking nature of many scenes in this film, it is definitely not recommended for the squeamish or easily offended.
Oh, hi, Nick the Rat. I just came here to tell you that, well, to hug you and pet you and squeeze you.
Wild Waters with Werewolf.
He don't even break the branches where he's gone. warm in the moonlight when the bats were flying. Once I saw the werewolf and the werewolf was crying, crying. Nobody knows, nobody knows how I love the man as I teared off his clothes, crying. Nobody knows, nobody knows my pain. When I see that it's resigned, that full moon again, and only comes to me, man, this little flute that I play all through the night until the light of day. We are doomed to play. Da 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 da. For the werewolf has sympathy. The werewolf, somebody like you and me.
Oh man, more Zindu? What is this?
My name is Mystery Man,
Oh, thank God.
and for you this Halloween I bring to you a horrifying tale about a man put into a situation out of the kindness of his own heart that led down a path of dread, destruction, and a horrifying end. This man's name was Ross. Ross was visiting New York City from Ohio. He was there for a job interview with a news company, a major news company. He was going to be, how do you call it, a reporter for them. He had to go down and meet the president of the news company. I won't name names, but this all happened recently in the past couple of weeks. Now, Ross was a very, very nice person, good-hearted, a gentleman, very nice person. Ross did have a TikTok account where he danced, but that did not define who he was. He actually was a very good engineer, a writer, a brain, a thought process that far exceeded much of what we see in humanity these days. Ross was a shining star example of a very respectful young man in today's day and age. I've heard so many good stories about Ross, but bad things happen to good people. After Ross's interview, it was a Friday night, and around 7 o'clock he was coming home from the city. He was walking the dark, steamy, smoky streets of Manhattan. Piss fumes and gutter steam and rodents scurrying around, and homeless people begging you for money, stalking you, trying to rob you of whatever you might drop or leave on the floor. On Ross's way home, he saw these 4 schoolgirls, these 4 young schoolgirls that were probably leaving their Catholic high school. They were wearing plaid dresses. They were no younger than 18 years old, no older than maybe 19. He saw a monster. A monster with dreadfully green skin, scales. It looked like a lizard, but it also had these antennae like an insectoid. It had so many arms and eyes in its hideous face, and it had these giant penises, like so many of them. It was like 40 tiny micro dicks flapping around, uncovered, uncensored in the air. He came out of a sewer grate, at least 5 arms. Little spindly, thin, weak arms came reaching out of the sewer and grabbed each of these girls and started to drag them down below into the muck and the mire and the smoke and the piss stench, the disgustingness that is within the heart of New York City. It was disgusting, and Ross was witnessing this and couldn't be a standby. He knew what he had to do.
Bystander?
He had to get down on his knees and crawl into the sewer and rescue these ladies from the monster within. Ross was very unfortunate that evening, for that was the last time any living person has seen him. But I have the inside scoop. I've actually found Ross's body, and I've went through his pants pocket and found a phone memoir. He was keeping notes of the entire event. There was video, there was audio.
Wait, really?
Oh my God, it was horrific. I can't even tell you why I'm telling you this story now. It should be all buried with his body.
Diane, call the lawyer.
I could only find
Please, I have to. Oh, fuck, she's so dead.
I had it for a while, but it was taken away by godlike light from the sky. It was disturbing. Ross's notes on his phone that he documented while he traveled into the sewer and followed this horrific monster carrying these screaming women, these young ladies, deep into the bowels of the city. He was talking about how there was mayonnaise and blood splattered over all of the walls of the sewer system that he crawled into. It looked like there was booby traps for rats everywhere. Tons of rat traps. Rat traps of all shapes and sizes. Really caused no threat to Ross, because Ross was a full-sized human. He wasn't some tiny, itty-bitty little rodent, vermin infesting the bowels of New York's, Manhattan's anus. Foul, stenchy anus. But he continued on. He went past all these traps until his foot snagged on a giant needle, and he passed out. He woke up in a small, dingy, disgusting room with a little cardboard box that had ice in it, some newspaper with shit and piss in it. It looked like rat feces. Disgusting. It was strange, though. He heard the murmurs of what sounded like doctors and scientists or some sort of intelligentsia just outside of the sewer, right through the wall. He felt the eyes of what felt a beat. It felt like there was at least 100 people watching him through the walls. Then the alien creature came sneaking up behind him, sucking on his toes, telling him, he did not know what to do with little Ross. He did not know what to do with Ross. He wrote in the recording that the alien kept mentioning that the higher-ups would be very upset if they found out about any of this. Yes, the higher-ups, they must be the ones watching through the walls. That's when the weird stuff started to happen. The alien creature wrapped his face with some sheets so he couldn't see what was going on. But he felt it. He felt himself being dragged through the sewers back up to the top side. And he was thrown into an automobile. Must have been a hearse or something. It smelled like Cheetos, vomit, piss, and cum. Disgusting and vile. Then the car stopped and he was dragged out and went over a couple of bumps. Bump. 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 He was inside of a new place. Where was he now? He didn't know. The alien creature ripped the head coverings off of him, and he opened his eyes and he looked around and he smelled patchouli. He was in some hippie's house, a filthy, disgusting house. And there, the monster spoke to this lifeless, dead corpse of a body sitting in a beanbag. It wasn't moving. It was just drooling and muttering. Incomprehensible. Couldn't understand a single word the creature was muttering from its open, disgusting maw. Ross noticed this in addicts of certain drugs as heroin or bath salts. Even those that imbibed canine dust would turn to such a smithering, squithering, squishy-brained creature. The monster with the tiny micro dicks then wrapped the cloth around his head again and dragged him back outside. Bump! 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 And they were on the move again. He threw Ross out of the car into a place that sounded eerily like a cemetery. Ross was literally shitting himself. Feces rolled down his butt cheeks into his pants, down his thighs into the backs of his knees. He could feel the shit hitting his calves and then his ankles and going into his shoes, onto his heels, and into his toes. He tried to writher away, but the monster monster was too strong. He didn't know what was happening with him. He heard the monster digging a hole, and then he heard him complaining about being a tiny, tiny bitch, but he didn't know if he was talking to Ross or to himself. Then Ross felt the dirt hitting him. He was dragged over to wherever the hole was being buried, and the hole was very shallow. It felt maybe about as deep as the wound on his foot. It barely covered his ankles. And then the dirt hit his feet and covered him up. And then there was pitter-patters of an alien monster creature, bitch type of horrible specter and entity that was just up to no good that evening. He hoped those young women got away, but he had no idea. He lay dead. He pretended to be dead. He pretended not to breathe. He pretended his heart didn't work. He just wanted this all to end. He didn't know what was going on. Why was he in a cemetery, buried with his feet up to his ankles? Why was this alien doing this to him? What was the meaning of this? He would read the Inquirer the next day if he could. He waited about 30 minutes. He took the bag off of his head. It was an Aldi's bag. A decent place. I think they're related to Trader Joe's. He took it off of his head and looked around. He was in a cemetery, but the coast was clear. His foot was buried, but he spent about 3-4 seconds just dusting the dirt off his foot. He got up and he looked around. He was recording all this on his phone as well, and then he saw over a hill near the moonlight. Was that the alien monster? This one didn't look like it had micro penises, though. It was a giant, hairy man howling at the moon. And then it looked down at him with red, glowing eyes. And that's when he knew that this was definitely Bigfoot country!
Happy Halloween, everybody. I was here the whole time. Just in spirit form. I don't exist. I'm in your head. The veil has spread. Halloween, everybody. Enjoy. Stay spooky. Yeah. Keep it unreal, dude. Love you too, Sewer Chat. Stillwater. Servo. Quirkus, thank you for this Sunday. It's here. Don't be tricked. Take that treat. I'll see you again next week. Good night, Sewer Chatters. Diane? Please wake up. It's so sad. I didn't think I put the tape around your neck that tight. Zindu. You know I had to shoot him. Wait, are we still in the air? That's just a Halloween prank, everybody. We're all okay, right? Hey, guys.
Will you speak to John? Will you tell us why you are not at rest? Speak to John. John is with us. What do you want of John? Why do you feel no peace? Why do you remain in this house, Joseph? What is in this house? Speak to John. John is with us. How did you die? Did you die in this house? Why do you remain in this house, Joseph? How did you die? Joseph, did you die in this house?